Should have just been wondering, am I suffering from midlife crisis? I don't know. Like, uh the like 3 4 months ago, I don't know how many months ago, just this year, I just felt like everything is pretty wrong. Like everything is just not what I like. Everything is just weird. Like when I see the kind of life I was living, the 9 to 5 job and whatever, I just felt like I wish I had a better choice. Like I wish I chose something different before, I even thought like I wish I could just sit home rather than go to work. Yeah, so I just felt like the work was draining everything out of me. Like the whole of me was dying because of work. I don't know. And I thought I was crazy. And I thought it wasn't normal. But deep down, I just knew like that's not what I wanted. So I tried to talk to some of my friends and I realized I'm not alone. Like I'm not alone. It is happening. People are tired, yeah? And let's talk about this. Sincerely speaking, I broadly think this is a very interesting, something interesting to talk about, as in, I feel like there's one thing that people never told us. You people never told us. You never wrote it in books. I wish you told us earlier. And this is crazy. Work is a lot. Like working is a lot. It's just something that drains your personal like body, soul, mind, whatever. And personally, I'm just wondering, like, what next? Okay, we we got the degrees. What next? So what? Like, what should we do next? Like everything is just kind of weird. Like it's not making any sense. Like now I'm just like, is this the work I used to cry so much to want and get? And now it's just like, no, like it's not really what I wanted. It's crazy because when I talk to so many people and all of them were just telling me like, you know what, I'd rather go sit at home and disturb my parents, like rather than go to work and look for a job. Because the last time I went to work, it wasn't really amazing. Like it was bad for me. And sometimes I always think about this, and for me, I feel like once you realize this life is not all about the money, you'll be a happy person. So for me, I think I reached that point where I just felt like it's not about the money. And I wish somebody came in my life at an early age to like help me get to become passionate and do the things I'm passionate about. Because if only I could start doing the things I'm passionate about since then, like right now, I know I'll be far. But it's a midlife crisis. It's already happening. So let's find a solution. Help me find a solution. Because for me, like right now, sometimes I just wake up and I'm like, is it really a must? Like, must we go to work? Like, can we do something else? And it's crazy. It's so crazy that I never even thought that one time, me, I'll start to get tired with work because, I've always been that hardworking person, Yeah, like pushing it, figuring out, looking for money and and grades. And now I just feel like it's time for me to relax my mind. I'm tired. I'm tired. Like right now, I just wish there was a way for me to be able to pay my bills and just live this life. Cause I just feel like sometimes we cry so much to have things that we don't know how they literally are to us. For me, in January, I was traumatized. Like worked with such people. I've never worked with people who drain the hell out of you. Like literally, I am coming from sleep, so don't look at my eyes so much. So I felt like my whole soul was drained, my body, like, there's just a lot of pressure. And I think at that point of my life is when I realized that is a career is not what I wanted, because I wanted to be a doctor ever since I was as a child, but it never happened. It happens I became a teacher, and now I'm just like, is this really what I wanted? Because then I had a discussion with my friend, and she asked me, okay, now that you wanted to be a doctor ever since you were a child and then you ended up being a teacher, then let me ask you, do you want to do something to do with medicine? Or, you know what I told her? It's that funny is I realized that I do not need a career. I just feel like careers do not define me. I just need me, like I just need to be myself. I don't know, like this is crazy, but I feel like I have a multiple of talents, but I've never like taken an interest because no one was there to like push me through it. Actually, no one was actually supporting it. Most people were always against it. And now that I'm on my own in this life, I'm 25, I'm just looking at life and I'm like, okay, so what next? What next? What next? Like, what is next? Because this is weird. This is crazy. This is cringy. Am I suffering from midlife crisis? Hmm. But I think I'm not alone. Okay, a few months ago, I was traumatized by my work. Like, the job I was doing just traumatized me, the hell out of me. So, for a second, I thought about the whole thing and I quit the job. And truth is, I feel like I thought I was alone, and I thought I was the one going crazy or just like suffering from midlife crisis. And I started to talk to my friends. I think later on, after I was okay with this thing and I had like literally quit that job for good, I started to talk with my friends, and we were talking about like different friends. They don't know each other. And when you talk to everyone, everyone's just telling you, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired. Like, I want to quit, I want to quit. And I thought for a second, and I think that's just something that is currently going on. And whether we like it or not, truth is, you might be looking for a job. It's okay, just go ahead and look for a job. I don't want to discourage you. But personally, I reached a point where I felt drained. I felt done. I just felt like I'm giving more and I'm receiving less. And in that kind of scenario, it means that one person has to suffer, yeah. So I feel like I was the one suffering in the work environment. And for me, I always prioritize my mental health. Like, my mental health is the biggest thing that I take care of. Like, I'm so much of an advocate about mental health. And when it comes to mental health, yo, like, I'm running away from anything that is making me lose it. And speaking from a point where I have suffered several times of depression, anxiety, stress, and whatever, the ones that I don't think they're called normal, because I feel like I need to come and explain them here. Not everyone knows them. But don't worry, I got you. I have enough time. I'm a jobless girl. And for the first time in my life, I'm happy. Yeah, like, yeah, it's life. And I don't know what is to come. I just don't know. I know. I don't know, but I'm happy. And if there's one thing that I used to think I used to think I know like where I'm going next. I used to be very certain about things, but right now I'm just in a void where I don't know where I'm going. Like, yeah, and it's pretty much easy because every day when I wake up, I tell myself, We are down for a new adventure because we don't know where we're going. And it's been a great journey. You guys pray. God never forgets you if you do so. If you really understand yourself so much, I feel like prayer is actually like a top-notch thing. Yeah. Yeah, saying this because I know the days when I literally started to seriously pray and pray about the things that I want, the things I think I need to let go of. You know, if you have so much pain in your heart and you start to pray that you want to let go of the pain, at least just get better, God answers that. And seriously, guys, I feel different. The beginning of this year, I wasn't like this. I was actually like in a midlife crisis. Right now, I'm not even in that crisis. I was like lost. Like I was trying to prove things, do things. I ran up and down. But sometimes we really have to go through that to get to a point where we understand what we really want in this life. Yeah. But midlife crisis. Oh, this is interesting. And I think I'm at the point where I left it. I don't know. Like I just think and this year started in January. I got traumatized with work, literally traumatized. I don't know. And I think from January, I made up my mind that I'm gonna be me regardless of what is happening because I really suffered so much. So I told God, you know what? Please just lift my heart. Like whatever is in my heart, please lift it. It's very heavy for me to handle. And He did that. And I felt free. And that gave me actually a sense of independency to leave the job. And even though I didn't have a job, God works miracles. I didn't have a job, but I was just like, I will leave. I don't want to know. Like, I'm going to quit. And this is just one of the jobs I ever quit in my life. It's not the first job. But I feel like this one was very different because for me, I've always been quitting, going to look for another job. But for this one, I was quitting to go be alone and just figure out something else. Like, I literally made up my mind that I think I'm done with that career. Like, on a good note. Like, I think I want to build myself. I don't want to build people's companies. I don't want to build people's children, which is not a bad thing to do. But I feel like I was giving so much. I was giving a lot. And I had to take a step back to come back to myself and start to find myself because I felt so bad. I felt so bad to be someone who gives a lot yet receives none, or just gets the least things to receive. And I hated myself because I was giving too much. I was giving too much time. I was giving too much attention. I was giving everything, yet I wasn't taking care of myself. Like, I had gained a lot of weight. I was so depressed. And once I left that job, I didn't have a job, but I was just like so happy. Like, I was so excited. I was so excited to be leaving. I was just feeling like there was something in my chest that finally was offloaded, and that was so incredible. And I thought it was just me alone. So in the meantime, when life continued, like months later, literally just talked to someone just about something else. And then most of my friends were like, you know what, I'm so done with work. I just want to retire. I just want to go home. I'm tired. And one of my friends told me she'd rather go to her village to chew sugar cane, do something else, like, like just be a useless person and be happy. Because being useful, it makes you to be used so much. I think basically I'll say, I feel like 9 to 5, or mine wasn't even 9 to 5 because I was waking up at 4. That wasn't 9 to 5. That was actually like 4 to 5. So I feel like some jobs, or these jobs, they just like the modern form of slavery. If you have a good job, wow, you should pray and always thank God for it, because personally I've experienced traumas in working places and I can't imagine what people are going through out there. Because for me, I left the bus. Like, I'm not doing it anymore. Like, hey, I'd rather go home as well. Because for me, I never thought that at one point in my life I would come to literally quit my job, quit friendships, quit relationships, just quit everything and start to be me and focus on myself. I never thought like that at any point of my life. Like, most cases I was always thinking like, yeah, things will work out the way we want, blah blah. And I think there's always the way God wants and then the way you want, and there's nothing you're gonna do. And for me, at a point in life where I'm just like accepting reality, accepting the fact that things have happened. I became who I became, not because I had a choice, because I became because of what people made me become, which is not bad, yes, but I just feel like I'm done with that, and now I want to make myself what I want to become, and I'm not regretting it. I'm just feeling like it's a discussion to be made, and it's amazing to finally reach a point where you feel like money is not important. It's not everything. Okay, it's important, but it's not everything. You realize that even if you're paid 200,000 and you're working in a stressful environment, you realize that you'd rather go home. You'd rather go home and take care of your hands, or maybe plant some vegetables. I don't know, something. So apparently, I've been in a very good state of mind. Financially, I'm not in a state of where I want to be, but mentally, I struggled before, and now I'm just in a very quiet and peaceful state. And I wouldn't want to lose that. And I feel like if I take myself back to those jobs that I used to do, and I will go crazy. Next time, mtaniona madhare. Hey. And I've been protecting my mental health since before. But I think last year was a hard year for me. I couldn't even defend myself in any sense. I just put myself on a pedestal, and in this whole thing, I realized everything that was happening around me, most of these things were not my choice. They were choices of people that knew me, my parents, my teachers, my friends. And that's why I never got to enjoy it. Sometimes it's not about, we are not the same person. So for me, if I didn't like my career and that's the same career you're doing, it's fine. That's what you love, do it. And I realized that, so I told myself that I'd rather start again. I'd rather start over. Because is that bad? Starting over? No. So I declare starting over. Since I think I started my YouTube channel, that's when I started over. Because at least I can say I finally found something that makes sense to me. It's something that when I do, I feel like it's not a lot of pressure. It's not a lot of like I need what to be done, you know. It's just like I'm me, and it's amazing. I did a course that I'm not really sure why I did it. Anyway, story time. I wanted to be a doctor. I don't know why. Just came to me because when you're a child, you want to be in those best careers. Then you have this mindset where you're saying that the careers that are good, or the top 5 careers, are the ones you'll make a lot of money. Yeah, true. It does happen, but it happened. I didn't get the grades. I failed my exams, and so I did education. I became a teacher, and all along since 2022, I've been asking myself, like, is this really something that I wanted? Is this really something that I wanted for my life? And it sounds like no, that's not something I would want. And I feel like everyone has their choices, and me just deciding to quit everything, it's been the best choice, because I'm able to live my life just the way I want it to be lived, and I just have a lot of peace with it. And even though I don't know where I'm going, who knows where they're going? No one knows where they're going. So yeah, that's the story. And every single day I wake up to do that career, but I used to feel like I am carrying a very heavy load on me. It's a heavy one, until it reached a point where I felt like I don't need anymore. Like I just need to be doing something else, even if it's not making any sense. Like just let me do it. And it's been an amazing journey of just getting out of the whole career thing and figuring out my own life in my own way. And for a second, I was actually also questioning myself, especially like there's no one who supported me, and there's no one I really shared how I feel. Yeah, so it's amazing. It's amazing to finally understand that your career does not define you. Your whatever does not define you. Your problems does not define you. You can start again. You can start afresh. Especially with this modern world, there's so much, and I want to grab those opportunities. I want to try something different, and I've been trying many different things before, but I haven't. I really didn't get something that resonates with me, or something that makes me feel good or feel amazing. I think until I started my YouTube channel is when I felt like, now this is it. This is something that I've been looking for. This is actually something that actually defines me, and something that just feels right. And I feel like I'm so passionate about it. And I'm not willing to quit. I'm willing to start over and start over and start over and start over. Yeah. But if you're looking for a job, just look for a job. Don't feel discouraged. We are very different. And I've always been this person since I was a little child. I've always felt like something is wrong somewhere, in the system or whatever, And I feel like now it's time for me to finally come outside the box. How do they say it? Out of the closet. I am out of the closet. I'm out of the closet. I'm finally out of the closet. What does that mean to you? I've heard so many stories about out of the closet. But my out of the closet is nothing close to the things you're thinking about. This is an incredible story of my journey, an incredible story of how I'm trying to find myself, an incredible story of how I'm trying to grow myself, just be a different person despite having no money and having no job. Ah, this is crazy.